Skateboarding. I've been doing it for a while. I've had lots of boards, and in the beginning I've spent much money on it. Back then, a trip to the local skate shop meant finding a new companion for the next couple months. Just like any beginner, I started out with a complete and I just went from there. I started with a 7.75 inch deck, and 8 years later, right now, I'm riding an 8.25 inch one. Jesus Christ. Yeah, boy. So how did I obtain all these boards? What's behind me is not even all, because there's boards laying around my house all over. So not until I was 14, until I got sponsored. Before that I had to spend my money on it, and that meant most of the time I visited my local skate shop. Back then ordering stuff online wasn't as easy and as popular as it is right now. And that usually meant I spent about 70 euros on a deck only. The skate shops mainly had boards shipped from the United States, so they were pretty expensive. Times have definitely changed, because these days you guys send me direct messages on Instagram asking for advice on a board, and I often tell you guys go visit your local skate shop, but quite often I get a response saying that Zoomies is your only skate shop, and I totally get that sucks, because you guys want advice from someone who loves skateboarding instead of someone who just works at Zoomies. So that's why I put some links in the description to some boards that I know are good quality, and I had a lot of fun picking out these links, and they are affiliate links, so they help out my channel. But if you are planning to visit a local skate shop, I totally encourage you to do so. I bought my very first board together with my dad. Still remember visiting the skate shop, and I found a really cool graphic from Toy Machine, I believe. Only problem was that there were some people working there that just weren't interested in skateboarding. My dad wanted some advice, and they simply told us, yeah, the one guy that does skate, he's on a break right now. So my dad was like, alright, cool, and we went to a different skate shop, and there was this really cool guy who helped us out and told us about skateboarding, and he was super interested in it, and I happened to buy my very first skateboard there. It's not the skate shop in this video though, because it has been moved by now. So that's one of the local shops we have out here. Independent outlet, Skateboards Amsterdam. Didn't get my very first board here, but it's definitely a sick shop. So at the other skate shop I got a complete zebra themed skateboard with zebra themed trucks and clear grip tape. Pretty weird, but it was dope. So this used to be clear grip tape. Right now, as you can see, it's kind of gray, but it used to be clear, but it just got so dirty that it looks like this right now. And also the little dots on there, that was because I was a creative mastermind back in the day. So your first board, it's gonna be pretty memorable, at least for me it was, so have fun picking one out. Also, don't make it the hardest decision of your life, because it's your first board, so you don't have any preferences yet. All I'm saying is don't try to get the perfect board right away, because you simply just don't know what you like yet. So another question is, are you gonna buy your board in store or online? Well, these days you can get anything online, so I totally get if you just want to easily order it. But if you do have a local skate shop near you, I recommend visiting it. Another important thing is how much money are you gonna be spending on it? Well, first board, I would recommend getting a complete or building a complete, and usually a good quality board is gonna be around $100 bucks, 150 at most. Now, what do you look for when buying your first board? Boards come in various shapes and sizes, and you want to make sure you get the right one. Now, I can't tell you what specific board is perfect for you, but generally speaking, you're looking for a board between 7.5 and 8.5 inches. If you're going for a complete, you probably won't find anything different than that anyway. By the way, we're talking skateboarding here, so no penny boards, cruisers, longboards. We're looking at real skateboards here. If you're going for that pre-built complete, the size of the trucks and wheels are adjusted to it, so that's super easy. But if you're choosing all the parts separately, you have to pay attention to the sizes of those as well. I would recommend getting a standard size, anything between 7.75 and 8.25 inches. You can always change your board later on when you do have skated for a little while and when you do have developed a personal preference. But if you really want someone to tell you the perfect size, there are some charts on the internet that can help you out. Just keep in mind that you might enjoy a bigger board after skating your first board. You don't have to stick to that certain size for the rest of your skateboarding career. It also even depends on what you're planning to skate. Bowl skaters usually tend to ride wider boards and bigger wheels than street skaters. I honestly don't really know the size of all these boards, but I'm just trying to show you guys that your personal preference changes over the course of years. Start at 7.75 and now skating 8.25 inches. Another thing I quickly wanted to talk about is that the prices of boards vary quite a bit per country. But a tip I can give you is that if this is your case, you probably don't live in the United States, but these days you can get lots of boards from more local brands. For example, I'm sponsored by a distribution company based here in Amsterdam, and they give me boards from a company from Brighton, so it's a lot more local. They're called drawing boards and they only cost 50 euros over here. And I can tell you that these are just as good as the 70 euro decks that get shipped from the United States, so check out some local stuff at your skate shop if you have the chance. What I'm really trying to say is go buy a board already and go skate, bruv. In the beginning it doesn't even matter that much, you just gotta have fun with it. The only thing I wouldn't recommend at all is spending money on a cheap board from a toy store. Oh, look, a toy store right there. Let's see if they got any boards in there, just to give you guys a little bit of a example of how shitty that stuff is. Bruh.